Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Empower716. Listen, I'm your host, Rob Lowry, and I'm excited for another episode. This is a show for entrepreneurs, business owners, side hustlers, career shifters, those who are committed to growing their business in life. And so we get the opportunity to bring a host of entrepreneurs and business owners from Western New York who are doing some great things, not only for their business, but their life and their community as a whole. So we did have a little technical difficulties, but we are here, thank God. And so if you are watching on LinkedIn, make sure you comment. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you show some love. But I'm so excited to have tonight a wonderful woman. Her name is Nikia Marie. And well, welcome, Nikia.
Well, thank you for having me.
So we had a lot of not a lot, but a few technical difficulties.
Just a few.
I appreciate your patience, but you know technology. This is your world.
I do. I understand. Trust me, I get it.
Anything can happen, right? So I'm so how was your week or your weekend?
I got an extra hour of sleep.
Wasn't that hour? It felt like
it was long.
It felt different. Like today, I feel like I was like, this feels different. I feel like I'm ahead of schedule.
Yesterday was the longest day. I'm looking at the clock like it's not time for bed. It was just a long day. But my weekend was, it was good.
It was good.
Okay.
It was good.
It was okay. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna jump right into it.
Let's get into it.
I'm gonna get all in your business today. All in your
That's
business.
all right. That's all right.
So I always start off with this question: is who is Nikia Marie?
I am undeniably a creative. I just go with the flow. I'm one of those people that people are like, you always doing something. And yes.
You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
I am. I mean, it's too much for some people, but it's just enough for me.
It's funny you said that. Not to interrupt you, because like when I was preparing for this interview, so I was all stalking your Facebook and everything, looking at your TikTok videos and so website, everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm writing down. Okay, this. I'm like, she's doing something.
Yeah. She's everywhere doing everything, but that's just me. My brain literally goes, it's 24 hours. It doesn't stop. And so I'm writing down. I have notebooks full of stuff. And
so you like to write division?
I do. I just don't, I don't want to stop until I'm completely empty. And I just feel like I have stuff to give and y'all gonna get it.
You're gonna get it.
That's
You're
right.
gonna get it.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you tell our listeners, first, start off with your overall business, because when I have a couple notes here. But
Okay.
So boutique fashion firm. So what is that?
Okay, so the boutique fashion firm is a place where entrepreneurs can come and just learn the basics about social media, how to start their online website, whether it's a boutique, whether it's catering, eyelashes, how to, correctly brand their business. Because a lot of people think that they just need a really cute logo and some real cute colors, and then they could just put it out there and they have a business. So how to correctly brand your business, how to set up your business, how to get personal and business credit. So it's like an all-in-one place where you can come and learn the basics of your business, and you can shop.
So is that part of where dress code by Anne Marie comes in?
So the dress code came first.
Okay. So explain that. Yeah.
The dress code came first. It was birthed during the pandemic because my credit repair business is based on people who go to work because there's a monthly fee attached to that. So once the pandemic hit and things just kind of went mad, my business just kind of went down. But because I have notebooks full of stuff, I'm on to the next, my next thing that I'm interested in. And 10 years ago, I made tutus and custom shirts. And so I just kind of tapped back into that retail aspect. Wow. And then the dress code was birthed
So that was during the pandemic.
Yeah,
So
the dress code it just turned a year old in October.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at all this stuff. I'm like, well, you got a creative mind. I love it.
Thank you.
So dress code started a year ago, year anniversary.
Yes.
And then, so let's go back to your credit repair business. I don't know if that's the right terminology, but
it is. Yeah.
So that kind of went down during the pandemic.
Yes. So what happens is, and it's funny because some credit repair businesses, it was great for them.
Right.
For me, it just wasn't that great for me. You know, I had people who, again, if they're paying on the, monthly terms, you have to wait for unemployment. You have to wait for all of that stuff to come in. So I don't have time to wait. Luckily, I'm a great saver, so I save for emergencies and things of this nature, but it just kind of took a toll on my business, which took a toll on me. And so I had to, just kind of step back, regroup, get it together. And when Clarity Credit, when it was time to rebirth it, I would be ready. And it just so happens that the time is now. So
the time is now. Yeah. So as an entrepreneur, there are some challenges that you experience. So do you find that like a lot of people think when they get into entrepreneurship, it's like this great, it looks so good on the outside, but there's a lot of stuff going on. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but I remember saying to them, when I worked a regular 9 to 5, it was much easier. It was much easier. Yeah. I think that people think, when you work for yourself or when you work from home, like they envision you just
chilling,
drinking water, answering a phone. I am working. I feel like all day that I have to force myself to not work. Because if I don't work, I don't eat. And so people need to understand that when you're at work and you have a 9 to 5, you're going to get a paycheck on this day. You get to take vacation on this day. But when you work for yourself, you have to create your paycheck. You have to create that. And when you take a vacation, there's not money that just comes from somewhere. That money has to still come in. So, people just think it's just so super easy. And I tell everybody, if you think it is, by all means,
just try it.
Go for it. Go for
when you have those 4 o'clock in the morning thoughts, like, okay, I got to.
People inbox you at 4 o'clock in the morning, like, hey, do you have this in a size large? Ma'am, I am asleep. Okay, I don't have this.
While you're talking about, so I'm gonna I pulled up one of your stats from Facebook. I want to read it because we had a few technical difficulties. I can't put it on the screen, but so you wrote. No matter what goes wrong today, it's all mine. It's my call, my choice. I write the checks. I pay the bills. I determine the profit margin, the discounts, the color of the wall will be, where to hang the pictures, what time to open and close, when I want to vacation and where I want to vacation. It's all mine. Where was you on this day?
Listen, listen, on this day, it was just one of those days where now, the boutique fashion firm, it took me through. Like there were a lot of things that that had to happen in order for me to cut that ribbon and get in that space. And instead of just focusing on every single thing that was going wrong, I'm just like, what? I signed up for this. Yes. This is what I signed up for. All of the things that are going to go wrong and all of the things that are going to go right. And I get to make the choice. I don't have anybody that I have to answer to over me besides you know, I don't have anybody to answer to. So I make all of the decisions. And when it comes down to it, I am in charge of me. And so either I can take this day and be like, oh, just, or I could be like, you know what, you signed up for this. You're born for this. You were created for this. You cultivated this. You manifested this. Girl, you got it. You got it. So that I was just coming from like, and I'm going to take a vacation, and I get to pick when how long it's going to be. When I get to come back, what I get to do, I don't have to answer to. I'm just I was in a place where I could have been sour, but I chose to be grateful because I signed up for all of this stuff here. So yeah,
That's a dope feeling.
Yeah.
So why don't you take our listeners to the boutique firm? So you kind of explained. So you had your grand opening was last month.
My grand opening was actually the year anniversary of the dress code. So there
strategic.
Just, you got just every year is just something. So I have been able to the past month host a couple classes there just to kind of get the feel of it. And when I walk into this space, I just feel like,
now I've seen the pictures. It's like you took some time. You really got. I mean, I look at I can't give credit to people help me with some of my decorations. I have no sense of like designing or creativity at all. But I was looking at some of your pictures, and I was like, and I think one of the videos I've seen as you walk through, and I was like, I mean, you took some time to really lay out every area of your business.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about your classes. Now you say little classes. Like when I see creativity, I look at different cities like Atlanta, Houston, and you see a lot of like classes like TikTok, Instagram, and I don't see them a lot here. Now, when I seen your TikTok, I was like, okay, I think I have to sign up for your next class because although I know TikTok, do you provide any instruction on editing? Because I'm trying to I need help on the editing part of it.
So what a lot of people don't understand, and actually my son teaches
me. They know more than us.
My son teaches me a lot. What people don't understand is sometimes the things that you see on TikTok are not made on TikTok. They're made from a different app, a different editing source, and then it's uploaded into TikTok. So there are some things that you have probably seen. You're like, oh, I want to know how to do that. You're not going to learn how to do that on TikTok. You're going to learn how to do that on
the other software.
The other software. So, for example, my son and I, my very first TikTok, we didn't do on TikTok because he's the one who has, all the editing and blah, blah, blah. We recorded the video. He edited it, and then he put it on TikTok, and then it went from there. So, it's like a, so I can teach people about TikTok. Now, the editing class that I plan on, bringing out next year, something completely different. People are sending me this one TikTok. Everybody sends me the same one. They're like, I know you can do it. I want to see you do this one. And it's one where this guy, he is throwing clothes on the floor, and as he's throwing clothes on the floor, when the clothes hit the floor, it's him in the clothes, and there is two people in the same scene, and I'm like, oh, first of all, this is going to be 8 hours. Yeah. This is not TikTok. This is a whole nother thing. I'm going to do it. Yeah. But yeah.
So you do editing too?
For me.
Okay.
For me, because I know that, as you can see, all of this technical stuff is not all the way up my alley, but I know how to do things that suit and fit me.
Nice. Yeah. Editing it's a lot of work. Yeah. A lot of work. Yeah. So how important because obviously a lot of your classes, you're empowering other entrepreneurs and business owners. How important is it to have a social media presence for businesses?
Social media has allowed me to leave my job. And I was speaking to a young lady the other day, and she's like, I want to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and I don't have social media. Honey, you gotta get social media. And I realized just how important social media was a couple weeks ago when Facebook went down.
Oh, yeah.
When Facebook went down for those couple hours, although, I have a social media presence and I still made sales, I felt naked without it. Like,
you're a little crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Because, every day I post something, buy this, get this, do this, da-da-da. When it went down, it made me realize just how much social media, impacts our lives, our daily lives. Yeah. And if you have a business, it impacts your business. And so what it did was it caused me to kind of focus on, if this happens again, what do I do? What do I do? But social media, if used the right way, millionaires are created on social media. Millionaires. This is generational curse breaking things that can happen via social media.
Absolutely.
So, some people, I don't mess with social media because you want it for the wrong reasons and you're doing the wrong things. Social media is what you make it. And for me, it's allowed me to create an atmosphere in a home where I could be home. I don't have to go to work every single day. I'm working for myself. My son sees this. He works for himself. He packs up his clothes. He moves to Africa. Social media helped me do this.
Wow.
So I'm all for social media.
I think that sometimes people think that social media is saturated, especially like with your business, but it's so many businesses, even like you have big businesses that are absent from social media.
Right.
And it's important. So,
Right.
I mean, it could be a game changer, like you said. So let's talk a little bit about your credit business. So what kind of individuals and businesses do you help? Like, where do you start them off at?
So I originally, my credit repair business came about by a complete accident. It was not something that I set out to do. I fixed my own credit like years ago in order to purchase my home. And so I knew, a couple things to do, and was on Facebook one day, and I just wrote this stat, and I'm like, listen, just get your credit together. This is all you have to do. Get this, do this, go here, do this. Bam.
Right.
And the stat went viral within a day. And then what happened is people are inboxing me. So even though I'm saying do this is 3 or 4 steps, people are like, I don't have time to do it. Can you do it for me?
Wow.
You know what? Yes, I can.
Solving the problem.
I can
Solving the
absolutely
problem.
do it for you for a fee.
Right.
And so Clarity Credit was born, and it took no time to take off. I mean, no time. So it was just one of those things that it was literally placed in my lap, and it was like, here it is. Go and get it. Go for it.
Wow.
And that's how it was born. That's how it came to be. And so I have worked with probably, I would say, over 1,000 single individuals and couples fix their credit, buy homes, cars, things of that nature. And now what I'm trying to do is, do more classes. So get away from the individual and do more group classes and things of that nature. But yeah, I've worked with a lot of people, a lot of people.
So what do you tell people, or who's jumping into a business and they're looking at their credit? Would you advise them to work on their personal credit? And obviously that you can't really get personal credit without business credit.
So some people, no, that's not.
Okay.
It's not true. Some people believe that if your personal credit is crap, then you can't get business credit, but that's not true. And the reason being is because your personal credit, you have a social security number. Your business credit, you have an EIN that's absolutely clean. When you get it, it's clean. There's nothing on it. It's up to you to build that EIN, because your EIN is your business social security number.
Right.
I do advise people to start off with their personal credit because it's something called a personal guarantee. And I think that this is where people get things kind of mixed up. There is something called a personal guarantee that if your business credit isn't strong, then they'll view your personal credit. And if your personal credit is strong, then you have to become a co-signer for your business credit.
Gotcha.
So they think, well, I have to. You don't, because there are other things that you can do, like a net 30, net 60, net 90, that helps you with your business credit. Has nothing to do with your personal credit. So you don't have to have perfect personal credit in order to start your business credit. Okay.
So if I wanted to get if I didn't want to use my personal, starting off in the business, my credit score is like 540, and want to get in business. So will I have to get like a secure business credit card? Is that a way to start?
So I don't advise anybody to start with a credit card.
Okay.
I advise everybody to start with a net 30, a net 60. And what that means is there are certain websites that you can go to. One, which is my favorite, is called Uline. Uline is my favorite.
Okay.
Are you familiar with
Nope.
Uline?
Explain the Uline.
Get familiar with
Okay.
Uline. Okay, so when I leave here and everything shuts down, I want you to go and just look up Uline. So
okay.
Uline has everything that anybody could possibly need for any reason ever on the earth ever on Uline. So no matter what your business is, retail, janitorial, catering, they have boxes, aluminum foil, Lysol, they just have everything. And so they offer, yes, you write that down. They offer a net 30. And so what net 30 means is you can order off of Uline today, not pay a penny. And in 30 days, you're going to get a bill, and then you have to pay the entire bill. If it's net 60, you can order today and get it. And in 60 days, you'll get a bill and you have to pay the entire bill. So what I tell people is you go on Uline and order one or two things that you can afford to pay back in 30 days. Right. And you do that for 6 months. They then report to the credit bureaus for business, and you begin to build your business credit. After you come familiar with that, then you can talk about a credit card. Because you just want to build good habits. If you don't have good, habits on paying your bills back, you go and get a credit card. It's just not. It's not a good look. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, kind of, I know we kind of jumped right into your business because I wanted the listeners to really understand your business first. But kind of give me the background of like how you got into your journey. Was it something that you seen, like, like where did all of this boss moves, and I seen a couple of your bags, and where did all of that come from?
I just want to move to my own beat, and my mother was not an entrepreneur. My father was not an entrepreneur. The only entrepreneur that I saw was my grandfather. Okay. And that was, later on in life. And so it just, I went to college because I wanted to please my grandparents. It was not because I wanted to. I just walked across that stage, and I just remember thinking, here.
It's done. It's done.
I'm done. and leave me be. But it was nothing in school that I want. I just didn't want to do what everybody wanted me to do. And it took me a long time to just kind of figure out what it was. But what I know it wasn't was sitting, having somebody tell me what I needed to do every day, reading emails. You didn't in this, and you missed the meeting, and this and that. And look, I just didn't want to do it.
So when did you leave your full-time job? Because I know you were doing
I left my job May 31st, 2019. Okay. Yeah.
So what was like when you had to like put that resignation in? Like what was like?
Listen. I took some time off, and during that time I took off, I was able to focus solely on Clarity Credit. And I remember my mentor. I'm like, listen, I cannot seem to get over this $5,000 a month hump. I can't get over it. And she's like, I don't know what the problem is. Just get over it. And I was just like, well, just like that. Like, you're not going to give me no help. You're not going to, write a plan. She was like, you don't need a plan. Just get over it. And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to get over it. And then that month, I cleared $15,000. And I was like, the next month, I cleared 10. And then every single month, I was, clearing this money. And then at the same time, I'm getting like these emails from my boss. And I remember thinking,
why am I here?
And I am leaving, and I'm going to figure it out from here, because all that money, that is a profit for me, I'm saving. I know how to save money. And push comes to shove. If it doesn't work, I'll get another job. It's really just that simple.
Isn't it so like liberating? Like,
it really is. And I left that job, and I got on the plane and flew to Miami, and I was just down there like, yes, I am unemployed. And that was all she wrote.
That's really dope.
Yeah.
So you are let's kind of go back to your where you are today.
Mhm.
Like what's kind of like some of your next steps ahead?
So my next steps, after right now, I'm focused solely on Black Friday,
Mhm.
Pink Friday,
Now
Black
explain what Black
Friday.
Friday is. 'Cause
So Black Friday is the biggest shopping day of the year in the United States. Black Friday is like the day that all of the retailers look forward to. You have these great sales and just people get their money ready for Black. People go in debt for Black Friday. And I know it's weird because I'm offering stuff, and at the same time, I'm like, well, if you go into debt, just come back here
Right.
and let me help you out. So I have a boutique, so this is my second Black Friday. Last year, Black Friday was my first experience from a retailer standpoint, and I did pretty good. But this year, I've learned more. I know better. I know I can do better. I have, a number in my head that I'm ready to hit a goal.
Yeah.
And I'm ready. I'm ready for
You
Black
ready
Friday.
for it?
Yes,
Wow.
I am. Yes, I am.
So you also provide classes on preparing people for Black Friday.
Black Friday.
So why is it important for you? Like, I mean, obviously, you making some money and you doing good. Why is it important to like kind of, because I see you share a lot of people's information.
Right.
Why is it good to like support other people?
I share information because when I had to figure out credit repair by myself, I had
Yeah.
to figure out how to do this. Even though I had some people helping me when it came to the retail standpoint, but a lot of the stuff I had to figure out by myself. And if I have the knowledge, people like to keep it to themselves. They don't want to share with people because they are so afraid that if they share this knowledge with this person over here, then this person over here is going to
something
supersede
with it,
past
yeah.
them, and people just can't stand to see it happen. I just love it. Like, listen,
Don't you get like energized? Not to cut you out.
like,
Don't you get energized by
you
other people
feel
winning?
good.
Like, yeah.
Like, oh my goodness, like I taught you something and you took it and you ran with it and you just catapulted, and that is just so dope.
It is.
I just feel like, why not share the information? Because if I needed it, I would hope that somebody would have shared it with me, and because people don't do that, then I'm going to tap into that. I'm going to tap into the fact that people don't share information. So then I'll share information, because me sharing my information with you also gets me paid.
Right.
It's a win-win for us all.
It is. Now, I want to ask you another question. So I know, like, I think I hear this a lot on like different YouTubers and business owners talk a lot about like being too selly on social media. And so what I picked up from most of your Facebook and I think even your website, you have a story behind who you are, why you do what you do. You support other people. I don't feel like you're like selling, hit me over the head, like buy, buy, here's my class. But giving people a reason, like is that a strategy that you use, or like is it just like how do you go about doing that?
No, it definitely is a strategy.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that I put on Facebook definitely comes from a strategy standpoint. I am transparent with people, because in order for people to want to get to know you or to feel comfortable with you or want to purchase from you, they need to feel like they have something in common with you. That you are a cool individual. So when I put things out there, it's for the sake of, you know what, I can identify with her. I like her. Her coat is cute. I trust that she's not going to scam me. And people just, I think that some people just kind of wait for some authenticity from somebody, because you see a bunch of people out here with their brands and their logos and their colors, and they're like, all of my stuff is cute, just buy it. You don't have to buy it. You really don't have to buy it. I like these pearls because I think that they're cute, and I'm going to sell these pearls on Black Friday. Okay. And so what ends up happening is, like, even if I wear something, I have clothes from 5 years ago. When is that going to be on the website? You know, and it gives me a chance to converse with people like, girl, I had this 10, 15 years ago. People just want to know that you are a real person and that you can be transparent. And so my sales tactic is being me, no matter how crude or rude, or sometimes I'm absolutely not professional. Sometimes I
have your days. You're
busy,
human. You're human.
Sometimes that happens, but people know me now at this point. You know, they know that when it comes to business, I gets my business done.
Right.
But don't play with me.
But you can back it up. You got the
don't
work
play with
ethic
me.
to back it up.
Absolutely. So, you know, my sales tactic is just me, just being me. I sell my stuff, and that's it.
So how do you tackle balance? Because I mean, you got all this stuff going on. How do you tackle balance?
Balance tackles me. I don't have the balance yet.
Still working on that.
It looks good because it can look like anything you want it to look like on social media. Okay,
absolutely.
So it looks good, but I do not have the balance. Let me tell you, no. I do not have the balance. I don't have
balance.
I
appreciate your honesty.
I can't even, because I be sitting here saying, oh yeah, no.
It is, like I said, it's a different world. And I haven't, every time I get a system in place, then it just go haywire. Like you can do good like 1 week.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, this is
like
good. Let me
like,
and then next week just turns all over the place. And you're like, oh, what happened to my like setup, my system waking up at this time?
Yep.
Yeah. So what do you tell those who want to, get into their own business? Like, what do you think like the key ingredients to your success?
I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Like, I'm not scared to fail. I'm not even scared to tell people like, girl, I messed all the way up. Okay. I'm not scared. I think people use their fear to just be complacent.
Yeah.
And that is really just one place you really don't want to be. And I've never been fearful of a lot of things, but I attribute that to, I just believe that things are going to work out for me.
Yeah.
And things work out for me. You know, I lay the burden down and I just, listen, I'm going to leave this here. I just expect that it's going to work out.
Itself out.
And it works out even up to the last minute. And I was talking to a friend. I used to think that I was a procrastinator. And I'd be like, I am a big procrastinator because procrastination always works for me. And just recently I'm thinking, it's not that I'm a procrastinator. It's just that I have so much faith in what's going to be done. And I, I'm just going to put this out here, even up to the last minute. I have faith that it's going to work out.
It's going to work itself out.
And I'm telling you, I ain't been let down yet.
Wow.
I haven't been let down yet.
So you really have to believe in yourself.
You really have the fear. Fear is what's going to hold you back. You're scared. I'm scared to leave my job because of the insurance or the blah, blah, blah. Or I'm scared to do this. Well, if you scared, get a dog. Okay. I got two. So you just scared. That scaredness will just keep you right there. You're not going to move from there. And so once people kind of get over that fear, then they can walk into something that is just so precious. Just
don't you feel like, not to cut you off, but that pressure, and I find that in my own life, like doing things like, oh, this is so uncomfortable, like, and you step out and you do it, and then you that pressure that comes along with just like building you and making you stronger.
It really does. It really does. When everybody gets scared, but I don't let my fear stop me. I'm gonna push past that because I know that I have certain people who are depending on me to move and to show them the way. My son, the example, he depends on me to make it happen. And if I can't, then I'm honest about that. But that pressure. I cry. Listen, I will cry about it, and I cry about it, and then I wipe my tears, and I'm on to it. I have to jump right in it.
Yeah, hold the chest like, all right, I gotta get through this.
But I have to literally jump right in it you have some people who they got to write a business plan, and then they got to go talk to the people, and then it take them 6 months because they have to put everything. Nope, I put it on social media
and just do it. Yeah.
and then I just do it because I have to hold myself accountable. So once it's on social media,
it's out there.
it's out there.
That's a mean thing, because I was one of those individuals who had to like write everything out and like, okay, I got to write this out. I got to have a plan. I got to be, this. And then I realized that kept me away from a lot of opportunities, because you just get into that mind of analyzing over and over and over again. And
like if this happens, then I got to do this and I learn as I go.
Yeah.
I learn as I go. And if I fail, I figure out what I did, how to make it work. And then boom, I go from there. I learn as I go. I don't have time to be sitting here going through every nook. What if? No, what if? Well, I'll get to that. We'll get to that.
I'll figure that out.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. But no, fear has no place. Not here. Not with me. Not at all.
So what? So we got. Obviously, we know your discipline is on point. Self-discipline is important. Let's talk about customer service. What's your customer experience like? What's your philosophy on giving your customer the best experience?
Oh, so my customers now, my credit repair, my customers. Well, sometimes they really do me in. They really do me in, and I just, I have to take a breather. But whatever for both, whatever it is you need, I'm going to make sure you have it. If I've messed up, case in point, maybe about 2 weeks ago, a young lady placed an order, and I'm scrolling through. I'm thinking that I've sent all my orders out. Somehow I missed her order, and she sent me an email. And the one thing she said that just kind of she said, "It's been 2 weeks, and this is my first order with you, and I have not received it." And I was like,
"Wow."
Ugh.
Messed you up inside.
It messed my whole life up. I was like, oh my goodness. So immediately I emailed her back, and I'm like, no excuse.
Yeah.
There's no excuse. I'm going to get this out to you immediately. And I want you to go onto my website, pick out whatever it is you want. And I will make sure that I send this to you. She picked out something. I sent her that and more.
That's what's up.
And I packaged that package it came from the heavens when it got to her. And she sent me an email, and the email that she sent me, I was like, oh my God, this is so great. But she just wanted to let me know that she really appreciated my customer service. Wow. That I went above and beyond, because I don't want anybody to be like, what is she? I make mistakes.
So you don't have the attitude like, well, just one customer, I'll find another.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I have one customer who has spent thousands with me. And this customer, I'm packing up an order and I get a ding. It's her again. So no, every customer is a potential customer that can spend thousands with you. That thousands goes towards my annual revenue. So no, every customer matters. Every single, I don't care if you order a $3 pair of bikers. You're going to get that them biker shorts, some candy, a card, a pen.
I see the candy and everything
all
else.
This.
Wow, yeah.
You're going to get all of that. That's right. So
do you find that's a key ingredient to your success? Because that's customer service is really big.
Yes. And people love the candy. People come
can't go wrong with candy.
I know. They're like, I got Skittles. And I'm like, ma'am, what about the outfit you ordered? They just love the candy. So, you just put a little razzle dazzle in there. And they love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about just being in the, I guess, in your own lane. And a lot of entrepreneurs, kind of like you said before, like, having to figure out like how challenging it is, kind of like you're creating your own lane, but sometimes it also can get like you feel like you're on an island by yourself and venting and trying to have like, what kind of support systems do you have to kind of keep you in a good place? My
sisters.
Yeah.
Ooh, those girls. We have a group chat, and they keep me. They keep me grounded. They keep me in my lane, because they're not afraid. Like, they're just not afraid of me. If that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying that people are, but they give it to me the way that I need it. And then, my son, I'm always accountable to my son. So, I just, when I stay in my lane or I'm creating this lane, I'm just trying to create the most, authentic lane that is upheld with integrity
Yeah.
and good character. And I just want to make sure that when they come into any kind of encounter with me, that they leave better. They leave better.
Wow.
I don't want to tear anybody down unless it has to be done.
They gotta be checked. You gotta check some people. You gotta
Sometimes.
Gotta let them know. Gotta let them know.
But for the most part, people, because they see you on Facebook, they feel like they know you. Half the people that I see in stores, they call my name and they be like, "Oh, Nikia," and I be like, "Hey, girl," have no clue who I don't know who I'm talking to. But I just want to give that energy so people, people know that, I'm a cool person. I'm in my lane. I'm not trying to cross over into nobody else's stuff. I'm just doing me. I'm not looking anywhere else. I'm just looking straight ahead because I got some goals to meet.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before we wrap up, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see? What's the vision?
So my ultimate vision, I cannot share because what I've learned recently is that when you share things, people go behind you and they take it from you, or they attempt to, they try to.
Yeah.
So what I will say is that I plan on being retired in 5 years.
Ooh.
My goal is retirement, and if I cannot do it by 45, I'm gonna have it done by 50. And I want to travel. I want to travel this world.
So you want to retire, just travel around the world,
around this world, yep, and just
dope.
just live the life that my ancestors couldn't live, and just be the ones, because I know their prayers were for me.
Wow,
absolutely,
that's dope. That's a dope feeling. So I mean, you are obviously, I mean, I can't even say anything because you dope all around. I appreciate all the things that you do, not only for yourself. Like I said, it's just not about your business. I think that's what set people apart too. Because I think when you get, somebody could be a business owner and set up shop, and then they just trying to, feed their family, and that's it. Right. But when I see you out there, you're visible, you're connecting with other people, and you're lifting up. Obviously, with credit scores, our community we need credit and financial. Literacy is so important. And then obviously with the fashion, I definitely need some help in that area. But so where do people find you? Where can they reach you at?
I will actually be opening the boutique fashion firm to the public Black Friday. Black Friday is my open day, 8 a.m. We are opening, and we are located at 3527 Harlem Road. So get off the 33, you make a left, just go straight. It's before the Cleve Hill, that circle. The circle. Is before then. You can find me on Facebook at N Marie or Clarity Credit LLC. And then the dress code, you can find me at the dress code by N Marie on Facebook.
Wow. Well, we appreciate you stopping in and just sharing your knowledge and everything. So it's definitely a dope session. Thanks for your patience with our technical difficulties. But so yeah, thanks for listening, everyone. So make sure you lock in. Next week we're gonna have Karan Briggs, Real and Rare Clothing. So he's gonna be here next week to talk about his clothing brand and how he got to where he is. So thanks for tuning in. Peace.